Detective Talk of the Day, Thursday the 7th day of December, 8:02 a.m. A monster frost here, boys. Those sharpshooters are going to get out into the wild blue yonder today with that rifle, but we're going to do a little demo here with our XP Deus 2 version 2.0.0. You see that flat iron? You see that nickel there above it? Sharpshooter's going to give you a few tips out there using this machine. Question: will even anybody that says they're never fooled with a Deus 2 on iron, are they telling the truth? If they tell you they're never fooled with this machine in the iron, they're full of shit. They're lying to you, okay? You will be fooled. But with some practice, using a machine, learning its tendencies, you will be fooled less and less. There's a lot of combinations out there in the wild, boys, and nobody has swung over every combination of iron and non-ferrous with a Deus 2 or any other detector for that matter, including the old sharpshooter. I mean, the sensitive full tone, silencer 1, speed 2. You see, I'm going to be sweeping considerable height above that nickel and flat iron. I want to let you, this is full tones now. And what I'll do is I'll even go in here and turn the offset to 10. Pretty good way to use this machine, okay? Let's see what this sounds like here. We got a 71 in the meter, okay? So you gotta hear that. I'm gonna move the coal across it slower, faster. Alright, you get to hear how that sounds. Now the nickel's coming off. Same coal height, without the nickel, with a flat iron. What does it sound like? We got a 72, about the same reading in the meter. You hear that? Hear how drawn out that signal is? Long sounding. Long and flat, okay? Nickel back up there. Now what does it sound like? You hear that signal's got some more life to it there in the middle. Hear it? Not as flat sounding. Now, I'll give you some advice here. Old sharpshooter is guilty of this, okay? In the past, old sharpshooter, look, I tell the truth. You're going to get into some sights with some iron, flat iron, etc. with this machine, 11-inch, 9-inch call. Is it a smart thing to do? You hear this, and I'm going to sweep this again with a nickel down there. Okay? So you hear that signal, and it don't sound exactly right. You got that little iron buzz sort of in it. It's a little bit of iron buzz in it. Okay, let's smash the pinpoint button on this machine. That's a pretty strong pinpoint on that target. Alright. We're going to take the nickel off. Sweep some more. Hear that? That signal's less pure. Let's smash the pinpoint. You hear that pinpoint. So you would be out in the wild, you might be tempted to say, well, that target don't sound exactly right. You may mash the pinpoint on this machine and you get a strong pinpoint. Okay? Mash the pinpoint again. You hear that old monster pinpoint and you're like, oh, that's got to be iron. Okay? Well, I wouldn't do that. Don't recommend it. High iron sights, the pinpoint function on this machine can get you in trouble. Okay? Meaning steer you away from a non-ferrous target. You hear that? Slow sweep. Alright, let's get that nickel back off of there. Sweep again. Alright, slow sweep. You hear that? There's a difference when that nickel's up there versus not. Alright. Let's add a little more elevation to this nickel. We'll sweep the iron again. Okay. Now this is tough right here, okay? A lot of people could get fooled right here, okay? Nickel back up there. Now it's slightly more above the iron. What does it sound like? Okay, you get to hear that. So really, you know, you listen to the quality of the sound, and we'll push the coil out on this. Now this is an air test, okay? Now, we'll take the nickel out of there, right? Let's sweep around on this. Hear how flat that sounds? Let's put that nickel back up there. Let's see if we hear a difference. Hear that? It's not as flat sounding. It's got a little more. Hear that? This will be some of the situations in the wild, you know, you get tangled up in knots, you know, but if you push the pinpoint on this piece of equipment and you're like, oh, that's a big old target, I think I'll walk. Yeah, you don't want to do that, okay? That's a faster sweep. We'll take the nickel back off. Sweep again from the same height. Hear the difference there? Hear how long that is? It's like that old machine's yelling at you. It's not talking to you. Now, well, I got this camera running. Let's drop the block here and shorten the distance. Call sweeps. Let's reduce the reactivity 2.5 and come over this iron. You hear that? Alright, let's put the nickel down there now. Now the nickel's over there. Alright, what do we get? Difference, huh? That signal's still polluted, okay? That signal's still not ideal, but when we take that nickel off, what do we get? Big difference, huh? Again, if I mash a pinpoint on this, we'll leave the nickel off. We'll mash the pinpoint. And you hear that, and you're like, oh, that's a big old target. So if we put the nickel back up there, and you hear that the signal is sort of polluted, alright, and you mash the pinpoint button, and you heard that, you might walk off, huh? And you see what's laying there. Has Sharpshooter done this? Yes. Has Sharpshooter went back after he got wise? This even applies to a DS1, by the way. Or running this machine in mono program. Alright. Now, if you're sweeping, you know, you get over something that don't sound right. And you sweep the call up, you know, so many inches above the ground, you're still getting a monster signal. Yeah, okay, well, that's probably something. That's not calling button sized, okay? That's going to do it for today, folks. I hope everybody has a nice day.